great strides in human endeavor comes an increase in the need to secure what we've created. With advances in technology, diverse use of our natural resources, and massive development in how we work, grow, and interact with each other, it has become important to keep ourselves and our businesses safe. Safety consultants and solution providers has made this need its priority. Established in 2008 to be the leading provider of safety and security solutions to all businesses in sub-Saharan Africa, our clients are assured of safety and security solutions that they can rely on. Understanding the uniqueness of each industry, as each book tells a different story, we understand the story of our diverse clients and have developed.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Best serve their safety needs.
Can we please have some quiet? Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Please let me look at the person next to you and say, "You're welcome." Okay, so we want to start on, on a light note by ensuring that we get some of the small things, if you may, out of the way. I learned that the governor is already on the way, and stuff we don't have to waste time. Ladies and gentlemen, look at the person next to you and say, "You are welcome." Lagos International Fire Safety Conference 3.0 is a reality. You are welcome. The energy in the room is so low. The energy in the room is so low. Mora. Mora. Okay, I think we are coming up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, before we start, we want to invite the management of this facility to take us on a safety talk. And to do that, I would like to invite Mr. Alex Abba to take us on this safety talk. Can we please put our hands together for him? It's going to get more interesting than this. We are just about to start. I give you my words.
Thank you. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. You are all welcome to the Lagos Marriott. My name is Alexander. I'm a member of the Lagos Marriott Emergency Response Team. I'll be giving you safety and security tips to acquaint you with our building. During the course of your event, if you hear the emergency alarm sound, please immediately evacuate the building and proceed to the muster point. A member of the emergency response team will communicate with you what the issue is and let you know when it's safe for you to return back to the building. Once the emergency alarm sounds, all the elevator doors are programmed to open wide and temporarily go out of service. Please do not make use of the elevators during this period. Please also note that inside all the elevators, there's an emergency call button. You are presently on the lower ground part of the building, LG. Our muster point is at the main entrance of the hotel as you drive into the building. On this floor, we have two sets of restrooms, one on the left wing and the other on the right wing. In case of any medical emergency, we have trained first aiders to administer first aid. And for medical emergencies that are severe and requires further medical attention, such cases are referred to the Duchess International Hospital, which is about 250 meters away from here. We have armed mobile policemen on duty 24 hours round the clock. On all floors in the building, we have 3 emergency staircases, A, B, C. You may use any of these emergency staircases during an emergency, but please know that these doors are no re-entry doors, meaning once you exit through the door, you cannot access the building using the same door. In the event of a security alert, you will be notified and evacuated to a safe zone within the building. Please do not leave your personal belongings unattended to. Please keep an eye on your personal effects such as cell phones, backpacks, and other valuables, please. Lastly, if you look closely inside this meeting space, the emergency exit is depicted with the white arrow on the green background. And we also have the automated water sprinkler system, which is self-activated. Please, if you see something, please, if you notice any suspicious person or any suspicious behavior or anyone who is not supposed to be part of this gathering, please do not hesitate to report it immediately, and we'll respond immediately. Thank you and have a wonderful event. Please, can you ask if anybody has any question or comment?
Please, in case you have any question or comment for Mr. Abba, quickly, we just take one or two. Do you have any question? Did you hear the part when he said that you should take care of your personal effects? In case your wife or your husband is here with you, she is your personal effect. We will not be held liable for that. So please, do you have any question for Mr. Abba, or you can just take a bow and go? Mr. Abba, please take a bow and go. See you in office on Monday. Next week, Monday. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us some of the early birds, VIPs that are already on ground to ensure that events flow swimmingly. We have with us the Executive Secretary of Lightguide, Mr. Nii Saliu. We have with us the CEO of Sandeco, Vincent South Effiong. We have the MD of Sandeco too, Chidima South Effiong. We have the Director General of the Sanwo-Olu Ambassadors. We have Ajia Tai Elemosho. We have some of our very, very revered custodians of the Lagos State traditions. They are always beautiful to look at. We are talking about the White Cap Chiefs of Lagos State. You are welcome, sirs. You are welcome. Akinyo and Yibabawa. Ladies and gentlemen, you will see some drums if you are coming into the hall. Those drums actually are supplied by Drum Sitement. They are still going to be giving us enough for us to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, the man in white that just entered is Honorable Olawale Rauf Age Suleiman. Is representing Amuwo Odofin Constituency 2. Is a grassrooter from his days as a ward secretary in 1992 SDP. How many of my generation knows SDP? Do you know SDP? Yes, that is the Socialist Democratic Party, a party that was so strong in the southwest of Nigeria. On this note, we like to take some breather. We just call on the DJ and other people to just give us light music while we sort out some of the necessary things we need to sort out. Can we have some good music, please? Thank you. Please, a round of applause for that energetic and animated performance. Please, let's put our hands together for. They could have gone on and on and on and on. Lovely, lovely time listening to. Ladies and gentlemen, please, we have to improvise right now. And we have with us very, very esteemed, distinguished and invited guests. We have with us our chief host for today, the Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, talking about Mr. Olugbega Oyemide. A round of applause for him. Okay, so we also have with us the Deputy Chief of Staff to Lagos State Government. We're talking about Dr. Sam Egube. A round of applause for Dr. Sam Egube.
He's telling you that you can go and that you can
Okay, in case you are not aware, immediately the good honorable came in, and I'm talking about the chairman House Committee on Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, who is presently representing Ward of P Constituency 2. Honorable Lawale Raouf Ake Sulaiman. I also introduced him. A round of applause for him. I've introduced him earlier. Okay, so we also have with us the DG Safety Commission, Mr. Alanve Mojola. DG Safety Commission, are you there? So this is not like protocol. This is just introductions, please. This is not like we've started protocol. We are just on a lighter note introducing people. Of course, we also have with us the retired Controller General of the Federal Fire Service, and is presently the Executive Chairman, Niger State Universal Basic Education Board. We are talking about Mr. Liman, Alhaji Liman Ibrahim. Alhaji, please let people see you. I was thinking you are not going to play for Alhaji. That means you will not be allowed to go to Niger State. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have with us the Commissioner of Police, ably represented today by the ACP, Paul Azuka Okafor. So, ladies and gentlemen, on this note, I would also like to just quickly recognize the presence of the General Manager of LASIAMA, Mrs. Nike Adekombi. Ms. Adekombi, please let people see you in case they meet you at the airport. Please, a round of applause for the General Manager of LASIAMA. We also have directors, retired directors, and I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Deputy Controller General, Federal Fire Service, retired, Engineer Kwitos Azogu. Engineer Kwitos Azogu, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are still going to do the introduction protocol proper. But on this note, we are just trying to get things going a bit. And it is on this note that I would like to invite the next people that are going to entertain us, which is the cultural troupe. The cultural troupe, can you please come forward and give us your performance and renditions? The cultural troupe, please. Okay, we also have with us we have with us the Director of Fire Services from Niger State, from Gombe State, from Bauchi State, from Plateau State, from Enugu. Please, can we please put our hands together for all these directors? We have with us from Zamfara State. We have with us from Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. We have with us from Adamawa State. We have with us from Kaduna. We have with us from Anambra. And we have with us from Imo State. Ladies and gentlemen, there are still some things there are still people I would love to introduce to you. But I actually believe that the profession that you do on earth determines the kind of judgment that you will get when you meet your maker. So if you, on earth, you are actually an executioner or you're an hangman, when you meet God, you're already on minus 70. You understand? It is just for you to get your sentencing. The same thing if you are, with all due respect, you are a lawyer and you meet God, the first question would be, where were you practicing? Or should I say, where were you lawyering in court? So as I was saying, I learned the Deputy Governor is going to be with us shortly in a matter of minutes. And so if you are a lawyer, the first question would be, what kind of lawyer were you? The same thing, if you're a doctor, you already have plus 50. If you are a fireman, on Judgment Day, you already have plus 90. Because firemen save lives. A round of applause for all the gallant men here. Please, I believe we can do better than that. When everybody is running away from danger, they are running towards it, and they are saving lives every day. Please, if you are outside, this is the point. This is the time for you to come in. Once the Deputy Governor enters, we may have to close the door of salvation. Please, in case you want to use conveniences, all you need to do is to come out of the hall towards the end of the hall, or you can just take the right, and after then take another right, you see the male convenience and the female convenience if you take two rights from this hall. Please, can I please crave our indulgence that it is time for us to come inside. Announcing the arrival of the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola. Please, can we please rise? Mr. Babajide Olusola represented today by the Deputy Governor, Dr. Obafemi Kadri Amzat. PS Band, can you welcome your governor, please? God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. God bless Nigeria. The Governor of Lagos State, ably represented here today by the Deputy Governor, Can we please jam our hands together for such a wonderful performance? These are times when you envy these gallant officers. The governor of Lagos State, ably represented today by the deputy governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Amzat, the member of the State House of Assembly here today, the member of the State Executive Council, in particular, the Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, the body of permanent secretaries, and of course, our host, the vibrant intelligentsia, the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, IGR, our royal fathers, accounting heads of various departments and heads of government agencies, directors of various diverse military, paramilitary, and security architectures within the state, facilitators, speakers, panelists, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Commissioner, the Permanent Secretary, and the Controller General of the Lagos State Rescue and Fire Services, it gives me great pleasure and profound joy to specially, heartily, and most profoundly welcome us all to the Lagos International Fire Safety Conference 3.0. I believe we can clap on this note. As they say, one can be an accident, two can be luck, but this third installment in the series of this International Fire Safety Conference speaks of diligence, resilience, consistency, and excellence. A round of applause once again for everybody directly and indirectly involved in this event. Can we please jam those ends? Can we please jam those ends? Thank you, thank you. And of course, the theme of this year's conference, which is as timely as it is apt, which is preventing the preventable, strengthening fire safety in buildings and business ops, represents a shift in the operation of fire safety in the center of excellence. And it comes with a rider or a kicker, as you may have it. Let's move Lagos from fire risk to fire prevention. Tell your neighbor, let's move Lagos. Tell the person next to you, let's move Lagos. On this note, I would like to establish the protocol that will guide us going forward and will help us for the day. And of course, as it is custom, if there are other names, I may not be able to take it because the governor is already seated. The governor of Lagos State, ably represented by the deputy governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Amzat. A round of applause for our governor. The Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Dr. Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, ably represented today by the Chairman House Committee on Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Honorable Dr. Olawale Rauf Age Suleiman. We have with us the brain box, the thinkers of the state, the members of the State Executive Council, and they are, of course, represented here, particularly by the Honorable Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Mr. Olugbenga Oyemide. If you don't know Mr. Oyemide, you don't know anybody in Lagos. We also have with us the chairman and members of statutory service commissions here today, We have with us the former Controller General of the Federal Fire Service of Nigeria and Chairman of SUBEB Niger State, Dr. Ibrahim Liman. It seems we are tired of clapping so fast. Don't worry, we are going for the tea break later on. We also have with us members of the body of permanent secretary from Lagos State and other states of the Federation, and of course, in particular, the permanent secretary, Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, one of the most experienced permanent secretary in Lagos State at the moment, Mr. Sheson Tunde Ogundeko, MNI. That MNI is very important. Please take notes. Of course, we have His Royal Majesty, the Oba of Lagos, Alayeluwa Rilwan Aremu Akiolu, ably represented today by the Lagos State Traditional White Cap Chiefs, led here by the Olorogun Agbeje of Lagos State, Chief Waidi Yusuf. Ade apẹ lórí bàtà apẹ lẹ́sẹ̀, ẹṣin ọba ajẹ oko pẹ́. We also have with us other royal fathers here present. We have with us heads of government agencies and parastatals, especially the Controller General / Director, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Mrs. Margaret Abimbola Adesheye. A woman that is worth 10 men. Yes. Somebody once called her Efuroye Tinumbu. She's that powerful. Directors of Fire and Rescue Services across the Federation are present. The Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, Sandeco Group, Mr. Vincent Effiong, and his amiable wife, Mrs. Chidima Effiong. Captains of industries here today, stakeholders in the fire safety and rescue ecosystem here today, sponsors and partners of Lagos State International Fire Safety Conference. Can we please jam our hands together for all the sponsors and partners? Some of them, they've been with us since the first installment. We do not take it for granted at all. Gallant officers and men of the Lagos State Fire and Safety Service here present. Please, can we jam our hands to these gallant officers of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services? Distinguished invited guests, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Omishove Babatunde. My name is Omishove Babatunde, and I'm going to be your anchor for the day. Please, as I said earlier, in case you want to use the convenience, there is one. If you take my right, which will be your left, and take another right, you will see the convenience there for both male and female, even people that are otherwise able, if you get my drift. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, they are telling me that I still have to, I missed out the Adegboruwa of Igbobo Kingdom, Oba Semiuddin Kasali. Kabiyesi, I celebrate you, sir. Okay, so what's going to happen right now is that we are going to have the welcome address as right now. In case we still need to go back to protocol, we just take one or two. And of course, it's coming from a man who takes his job very seriously. It's coming from someone who has been instrumental in a lot of changes in emergency response, especially as regards fire safety in Lagos State. Ladies and gentlemen,
the chairman, House Committee of Special Duties and Governmental Relations, Dr. Rauf Agesh Laimon, you are highly recognized. Through you, I want to appreciate Honorable Finney. You are recognized. Please, because of our time and with a lot of things that we have to do, permit me to stand on well-established protocol. But in doing that, I think it's highly important that I recognize our royal father that are here present, the Oba of Lagos, and through the Oba of Lagos, I'm recognizing other Obas that are here seated and all the white cap chiefs. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the media crew that are here present today, I recognize you for covering this occasion. There is a timeless saying that the safest fire is the one that never starts. This profound truth reminds us that the greatest achievement in fire safety is not measured by numbers of fires we distinguish, but by the numbers of fire incidents we successfully prevent. It is therefore with immense pleasure and profound gratitude to Almighty God that I warmly welcome you all to the third editions of Lagos International Fire Safety Conference. Today marks another significant milestone in our collective commitment to protecting lives, safeguarding properties, and strengthening emergency preparedness in Lagos State, Nigeria, and across Africa continent. I am particularly delighted to welcome and receive our distinguished local and international delegates, representatives of local government ministry, departments, and agencies, fire professionals, emergency responders, researchers, development partners, members of the private sector, professional institutions, exhibitors, the diplomatic community, the media, and every participant who has traveled from within and outside Nigeria to be part of this important gathering. Your presence reflects our shared commitment to advancing fire safety, protecting lives and property, promoting innovations, and building safer, smarter, and more resilient community collaborations, preparedness, and knowledge sharing. Permit me to express our deepest appreciation to His Excellency, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, for graciously honoring this conference with his presence as our guest speaker, as our special guest of honor that's here represented by the Deputy Governor of Lagos State. Your Excellency, your administration has consistently economic development to the protections of life, property, and the well-being of every resident of Lagos State. Under your visionary leadership and the Team Plus agenda, Lagos State has continued to strengthen its emergency management architecture through strategic investment in modern firefighting equipment, improved emergency communication system, continuous personnel training, institutional reforms, and enhanced collaborations among first responders agencies. This bold intervention have positioned Lagos as a leading model for emergency management and disaster resilience in Nigeria and across Africa. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the successful hosting of this third edition of Lagos International Fire Safety Conference is a clear demonstration that fire safety has become a strategic priority for Lagos State. It is no longer an issue discussed only after disaster occurs, but rather it has become an integral part of our governance, planning, and sustainable development agenda. Over the years, the conference has evolved into an important international platform for exchanging ideas, showcasing innovations, strengthening partnerships, and promoting global best practices in fire prevention, emergency preparedness, and disaster risk reduction. Fire safety is a shared global responsibility. Across the world, rapid urbanization, industrialization, climate change, and expanding commercial activities continue to increase fire risk within cities and business hubs. No nation is immune from these challenges. Consequently, government, emergency institutions, researchers, and industry professionals must continue to collaborate, exchange experiences, and develop practical solutions that strengthen resilience and save lives. This theme of this year's conference, Preventing the Preventable, Strengthening Fire Safety in Buildings and Business Hub, perfectly capture this responsibility. This discussion challenges us to move beyond current emergency response by understanding the root causes of fire incidents, learning from past experiences, embracing innovations, and implementing preventive measures capable of reducing risk before disasters occur. Across our state, devastating fire incidents have affected markets, residential buildings, schools, industries, warehouses, fuel stations, commercial centers, and public facilities. These unfortunate incidents have claimed lives, displaced families, disrupted businesses and livelihood, and destroyed properties worth billions of naira. The painful reality remains that many of these tragedies were preventable. Evidence consistently shows that the majority of fire outbreaks in Nigeria result not from natural disasters, but from preventable human actions, including faulty electrical installations, overloading circuits, careless handling of gas cylinder, improper storage of flammable materials, illegal fuel storage, negligence, and failure to comply with established fire safety standards. This underscores one of the undeniable facts that preventions remain our strongest and most cost-effective lines of defense. As Nigeria commercial capital and one of the Africa's fastest growing megacity, Lagos continues to experience unprecedented urban growth with increasing numbers of high-rise buildings, industries, business districts, residential estates, shopping mall, critical infrastructure. While this growth presents enormous economic opportunities, it equally demands stronger fire safety system, stricter regulatory compliance, improved risk management, and enhanced emergency preparedness. Over the course of this conference, we shall analyze actual fire incidents recorded in Lagos State, examine emerging trends, identify recurring causes, assess the social and economic impacts, and recommend practical corrective measures capable of preventing similar occurrences in the future. I am confident that the outcome of this deliberation will shape policies, inspire innovations, strengthen partnerships, and ultimately save lives. Ladies and gentlemen, Lagos State government remain unwavering in its commitment to protecting lives and property. During the recent ministerial press briefing, I announced that the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services successfully saved property valued at over 11 billion within the last year alone. This remarkable achievement, thank you. This remarkable achievement reflects the dedication, professionalism, courage, sacrifice of our firefighters, as well as the continuous investment of Lagos State government in strengthening emergency response capacity, expanding public education, improving fire prevention strategies, and modernizing fire and rescue operation. On this note, I wish to particularly commend the Controller General of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services, together with every firefighters, officers, and personnel of the service. Their courage, professionalism, resilience, and self-commitment continue to inspire confidence in our emergency response system. Thank you. Day and night, often at a great personal risk, they remain steadfast in the service of humanity. I equally want to salute and appreciate the permanent secretaries and all the heads of first responders agencies and facilities and the entire first responders in Lagos State for their unwavering collaborations and dedications. The seamless coordinations among our emergency services remain one of the greatest strengths of our disaster management framework. However, while emergency response will always remain essential, our ultimate objective is to reduce the numbers of emergency requiring interventions. Our vision is to build a society where fire prevention becomes everyone's responsibility and where safety is embedded in our homes, schools, workplace, markets, industry, and public institutions. This conference will feature technical presentations, experts, panel discussions, practical case studies, live demonstrations, exhibitions, and strategic engagement aimed at strengthening fire safety practices across Lagos State, Nigeria, and beyond. I therefore encourage every participant to engage actively, exchange ideas freely, ask questions, build enduring professional network, and take valuable knowledge acquire here back to your respective organizations and communities and the other countries. Let this conference be remembered not merely as another annual gathering, but as a catalyst for lasting change. One that inspires stronger partnerships, innovative solutions, improved policies, enhanced professional capacity, and a sustainable culture of preventions, preparedness, resilience, and safety. Lagos State Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations remain fully committed to working with government institutions, international organizations, development partners, professional bodies, academia, the private sectors, civil society organizations, and community leaders to build a safer, more resilient, and global competitive Lagos. Together, let us move from reacting to fire disaster to preventing them. Together, let us protect lives. Together, let us preserve investment. Together, let us strengthen our institutions. Together, let us secure a safer future for Lagos State, Nigeria, and indeed the world. On behalf of His Excellency, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, the Executive Governor of Lagos State, I once again warmly welcome you all to the 3rd edition of Lagos International Fire Safety Conference. I wish you fruitful deliberations and a rewarding conference. Long live Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services. Long live Lagos State Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations. Long live Lagos. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Ìtẹ̀síwájú ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, àjùmọ̀ṣe gbogbo wa ni. Thank you for your kind attentions, and may God bless you all.
Please, let's jam those ends once again. This is not just a conference. This is a movement. We are shifting the way things are done. As they say, a pound, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we'd like to invite for a short performance the E-First, as they give us their rendition to the viewership of the governor.
Who saw the pipe when it wept? Who had the ladder when it broke? We plan for rain, but dance in the flood. internet, we pick chains, we post posters on crystal lines. But then, this is not the enemy. Uncertainty is definitely not the enemy. Ignorance is. But then again, what if we end this before the smoke? What if we drilled before the smoke? What if we spoke before the choke? Oh, Lagos, rise on the ankle of fastness and readiness. We dance not because the danger is dead, but because we see it before it is born. Lagos rises on the verge of preparedness. Safety is not a rule, it is a posture. Preventing uncertainty, yes, we dance it so Lagos does not whip it.
applause. Wow. Wow. Some of us can talk, and some people can really dance. Please, let's give it up for them once again. Quickly, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the Lagos State SSG, Secretary to the State Government, Barrister Bimbola Udeyin, looking exquisite and gorgeous over there. Please, a round of applause for the State SSG. And of course, we have the Lagos State #1 spokesperson, a writer of notes, my boss at the Ministry of Information and Strategy, the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Mr. Gbenga Omotosho. He writes like the gods, as they say. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we have with us a retired director from the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Prince Adewemi Julius. A round of applause for our retired director. Of course, we've come to a point where I will be inviting the Chairman House Committee on Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations. And of course, he's a man that embodies what the relationship between the executive and the legislative should be: warm, friendly, and cooperative. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a grassrooter from 1992 as a World Secretary of SDP, and currently he represents Amu Ward of Constituency 2. It is my honor, it is my pleasure to invite, to give his remarks today, Honorable Dr. Olawale Rauf Age Sulaimon, the Lagos State member representing Amuwa Odofin State Constituency. Sorry. Why do you always have that effect on me, Doctor?
Thank you very much. I am Honorable Dr. Rauf Olawale Age Sulaiman. I represent Amuwa Odofin Constituency 2. I hope I have put it right now. Yeah. Good afternoon or good day. The Governor of Lagos State, ably represented by our ever dynamic Deputy Governor, Dr. Obafemi Abdul Qadri Hamzat. Good afternoon, sir. I, at the same time, recognize the presence of the SSG. You are welcome. And all our establishments, the head of establishment and our parastatals. Without forgetting our royal fathers, I welcome you to this occasion, or this event. I want to make it clear again that our work at the assembly or at the parliament is to ensure that we give you maximum cooperation as long as you are doing the right thing. On behalf of Mr. Speaker, Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, I say good afternoon to all of us. And my colleagues, Mr. Afeni Sulaiman, thank you for honoring our invitation. Without talking much, I want to let you know that this year's theme, which is preventing the preventable and strengthening fire safety in buildings and business hub, from all ramifications, this is worthy of discussion. Because if you look at Lagos today, we see that Lagos is not always bubbling, but you see structures coming up here and there, everywhere. And there is need for us to ensure safety in an economy like this. So if we put this forth as a point of discussion honestly is worthwhile. So in that respect, I want to thank all of you, the discussant, because going by what the chairman, the commissioner said, why he mentioned several areas, but the one that is very, very important to me, and I believe is important to us at the House of Assembly, is permanent solution. After discussion, let us extract what is meaningful, what we need to know, and make sure that we are communicated so that we can take our action. We cannot be happy if there is no safety. So in that instance, I want to challenge the safety family, the Ministry of Special Duties, as well as other agencies that work in collaboration with safety, to make you do your best. Make sure you communicate to us. Let us know what and what to do, especially when it comes to the need to change some part of our laws so that it will suit, you know, the modern day, you know, issues or matters. Because without this, we are not there to sleep. We need to work on what you send to us. And I say that at Lagos State House of Assembly, we are ever ready. We are dynamic as you are to ensure that safety in our state is a common goal. Thank you very much. Once again, I am Honorable Dr. Rauf Olawale Agesulaiman. I wish you safe discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, for the next goodwill message, I'll be inviting the Kabiyesi of Igbogbo Kingdom, His Royal Majesty, Oba Semiudeen Ovimadegun Kasali, the Adeberuwa of Igbogbo, Kabiyesi, as he comes forward to give us his goodwill message as the father.
Thank you. The Governor of Lagos State, ably represented here today by our own indefatigable Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadiri Obafemi Amsat. Permit me to stand on the already well-established protocol. Standing here, permit me to equally quickly convey the message, the goodwill message of the traditional institution in Lagos State under the leadership of our own Olowo Oba Rilwanu Aremu Akinolu, the Oba of Lagos. Let me quickly acknowledge the huge investment of the Lagos State government in the areas of fire prevention and rescue efforts in the state. I want to say that the traditional institution acknowledge that and appreciate the continuous efforts of the state government to ensuring that we have a livable environment. But we must say at the same time that we want to appeal to you to continue to sustain the synergy among all the relevant agencies of governments that are related to rescue efforts, and particularly to encourage further the synergy that must exist among all the professionals, particularly in the built environment, to ensure that fire safety across both prevention and suppression is put in place. And at the same time, we want to appeal to all citizens of Lagos State, particularly on Lagosian and in particular, that we must, it's part of our civic responsibility is to ensure that we comply with the safety standard put in place to prevent a fire outbreak, and to also appeal to us that we should at all costs ensure that we cooperate with the relevant state government agency to ensure that things are done properly, and by so doing, that will be our own contribution to the event of today, which is preventing the preventable, so that we can have, like I said, a livable environment that we all envisage. On that note, I want to congratulate the organizers of today's event and pray that we have a fruitful deliberation, so that at the end of the day, we have something to thank everybody for contributing to the improvement of life of our citizens in Lagos State. Thank you.
Thank you for the fatherly wisdom, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll just take one more person on as regards this goodwill message as I'm directed. And on this note, we'd like to take the CEO of the Sandeco Group, and that is talking about Mr. Vincent South Effiong for his short goodwill message. Can we please give it to him as he's coming?
Let me start by recognizing His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Babajide Olusola-Sanwo-Olu, ably represented by His Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat. Please permit me to stand on all existing protocols. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, on behalf of the Sandeco Group, I'm delighted to once again welcome you all to this 3.0 edition of the annual Lagos International Fire and Safety Conference, LIFSC, commencing today. Sandeco is honored and privileged to participate in edition 3.0 of this significant conference, surrounded by major stakeholders whose responsibility it is to provide safety and security to all Lagosians. I'm proud to report that our collective efforts have yielded incontestable successes in mitigating losses from fire incidents using a multi-layered approach focused on prevention, early detection, structural containment, and efficient emergency response. Reflecting on our journey to date since the first edition, the statistics show that through the proactive frameworks established between subsequent years, we have managed to aggressively curb the incidences of emergency responses. Year-on-year data shows a remarkable decline in emergency response times and a significant reduction in total fire incidents across the metropolitan areas. Furthermore, while these proactive measures, led by Mr. Governor through the Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, saved properties worth billions of naira in 2024, your upgraded 2025 tech-driven initiatives have pushed that benchmark even higher for 2026. We have successfully safeguarded a greater volume of commercial assets, proving that prevention is a far more powerful economic shield than reaction. This conference, which Sandeco is proud to be continuously associated with, therefore represents a celebration of these massive milestones and an urgent call to sustain this decisive momentum already achieved. As a major stakeholder in safety and fire prevention across the African continent, the Sandeco Group prioritizes safety and sustainability. We believe that commitment, proactive measures, and innovative solutions can entirely mitigate the risks. I must highly commend the Lagos State government for its unwavering commitment and significant visible investments already on the ground. We see the modern firefighting fleet, the upgraded fire stations, and the consistency of this annual conference. We see it all. However, Sandeco's firm position is that Lagos State must invest even more in additional fire prevention and safety measures despite the existing infrastructure. Lagos is growing at an unprecedented vertical and horizontal pace. To protect this expansion, we must outinvest the risk. Sandeco suggests that future state investments should focus aggressively on the following: smart business compliances. This requires integrating automated early warning fire detection systems directly with central emergency command centers. 2, business hub infrastructure. We recommend installing high-capacity localized firefighting infrastructure within our dense markets, high human traffic, public facilities, and corporate districts. 3, advanced technical training. Our focus should be on equipping our safety enforcement agencies with cutting-edge tools to enforce strict code compliances in high-rise buildings, as well as training and retraining of first responders. Sustaining our hard-earned economic growth requires an emergency framework that is not just reactive, but predictive. This 3-day Enlightenment workshop, conference, and expo is therefore designed to raise awareness and provide practical solutions to fire safety, building compliance, disaster risk management, and dangerous goods management. As we engage in discussions over the next couple of days, I encourage us to explore practical solutions and partnerships that can be implemented across the various sectors of the economy. Let us harness this opportunity to protect lives, property, and our environment by working together to eliminate preventable fire disasters and build a Lagos that is safer, more resilient, and an attractive investment destination. I wish to say a big thank you to the organizers, the other sponsors, and all the participants, especially the Lagos State government, for your consistency and determination to keep all Lagosians safe. I look forward to meaningful deliberations and productive outcomes. Once again, congratulations to you, Mr. Governor, and your entire team. Thank you all for coming, and I wish you an enjoyable conference. Thank you very much.
Mr. Vincent South F. Young, Chairman, Sandeco. Please, let's put our hands together for him once again. It is not every fire situation that it is the devil. There are times that it is pure human negligence. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, the representatives of the Oba of Lagos, who is ably represented here today by our dear white cap chiefs, the custodians of our tradition, and of course, pillars of our culture. Once they have a message from the KBSC, and to deliver that message, I will be inviting Chief Ayodele Oyekon, the Gbajulaye of Lagos. A round of applause.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, ably represented here today by our amiable, our incoming, by the grace of God, Governor of Lagos State, Dr. Katri Amzad, all the executives of the state cabinet, all commissioners, members of the state assembly, I greet all of you. This is a small message from His Royal Majesty, Alailua Oparilwan Oshuolale Aremu Akiolu, the Oba of Lagos, Oloweko, to the organizers, dignitaries, members of the press, and delegates of the Lagos International Fire Safety Conference. 3.0. On behalf of the revered throne of Lagos, I am honored to deliver the warm royal greetings of His Majesty Alailua Obarilwan Babatunde Oshiolale Aremu Akiolu First as we open the critical convention today, July 6, 2026. The Alailua extend profound gratitude to the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service under the distinguished leadership of Mrs. Margaret Abimbola Adesheye for their tireless stewardship in safeguarding our city. We also salute the press for their indispensable role in transforming public awareness into a shield of protection for our communities. This year's theme, Preventing the Preventable, Strengthening Fire Safety in Buildings and Business Ops, speaks directly to the realities of our civil life. The painful memories of recent infernos across Lagos Island, from the tragic losses on Dusimu and Dusumu Street to the major outbreak at the GNI house on Martin Street, the Afriland building on Broad Street and Akpogbo stand as undeniable evidence that fire safety is not optional, but an urgent priority for our collective survival. Prevention is infinitely better than cure. While the Crown celebrates the remarkable commercial growth of Lagos, true economic resilience demands a structured partnership between the state and the citizens. The palace affirms that the ultimate foundation of safety lies in government leadership. It is a responsibility of the state to establish statutory frameworks, enforce modern building codes, and uphold zoning laws without compromise. Yet, policy alone cannot succeed without collaboration. Within the guide rails of government enforcement, the palace calls upon property developers, corporate leaders, and market associations to champion three practical directives. Fire safety champions. Market leaders must establish internal safety teams tasked with rigorous daily closing time electrical checks to meet state standard. Infrastructure renewal. Landlords must modernize properties, phasing out individual high-risk fuel handling by transitioning to safe. Centrally managed power options approved by regulators. Uncompromising accessibilities, trading on designated access lanes must be permanently discouraged to ensure fire response teams face no physical bottlenecks during emergencies. May the ancestral blessings of Lagos guide your deliberations over these 3 days, inspiring accountability and last standards that will protect our people and secure Commonwealth. Thank you very much.
Our dear chief said, may the ancestral blessings of Lagos guide you. I did not get a response. And I'm going to say what the chief just said right now. May the ancestral blessings of Lagos guide you. I was expecting a share. Why amen? It's okay. Whether it is a share or amen, it still means the same thing. So shall it be. Ashe. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a particular troupe. They're just going to perform. Mr. Governor, sir, with your kind permission, they're just going to perform for just 2 minutes or thereabout. They said they've rehearsed, they've choreographed, they are supposed to have performed earlier on. Just please, just for a short while, I would like to invite drum sights men. Drum sights men, please come forward for your performance. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the home run now. We are already coasting down. We just have about 2 or 3 more things to take after now, and we call it a day as regards the first segment of this event.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Our royal fathers, good afternoon. All protocol well and duly observed. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Olabanjo. I'm from Drum Citement. Drum Citement is an interactive drumming experience. First Nigeria interactive drumming experience based in Lagos. And at Drum Citement, what we do is we bring people back to the culture through drumming. You don't have to be a professional before you know how to play the drums. So everyone drums at Drum Citement. So we have drums at the front for our dignitaries. It's unfortunate we don't have drums for everybody in the house, but we can all participate as time goes on. So it's like, kindly please, sir, Ama, you can pick up the drums, sir, so that we drum together. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Please, you can help me give them the drum, sorry. Hello. Yeah. So thank you, sir. Mr. Help me to give my deputy governor the drum. So very quickly we start. So we have 3 basic steps in playing the drum, which is bass, tone, and slap. So I'll play it first, then you go after me. It's quite funny just to have fun and to groove with it. So the bass goes thus. You hit your palm at the middle of the drum. And for the tone, your 4-finger at the tip of the drum. And for the slap, thank you, sirs. So this is where the remaining audience comes in. We will play the 3 together, then we create rhythm with it, then we clap at the end of the drumming. So let me do it first. Bass, tone, slap. Bass, tone, slap. Bass, tone, slap. So we can get it. So we can go now. So, oh yeah, we go again. I will play it first, then you play after me. Bass, tone, slap. 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 Bass, tone. Thank you very much. I think we're having fun. It's quite interesting, right? So thank you very much, sir. So we create rhythm with, we are not done, sir. We are not done, sir. So we create rhythm with what we've learned so that we can see that it's very simple, it's very easy for us to play the drum. So we use 2 out of the 3 tones we've just rehearsed. We use the tone and the bass. So it goes like this: tone, tone, bass, bass, tone, tone. Tone, tone, bass, bass, tone, tone. So rhythmically, this is how it goes. This is how we are going to play it. Guys, you can help me improvise on it. You can improvise on it. Tone, tone, toot, toot, tone, 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 tone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So at drum sitement, I would like to say this. We have a chant that we call, then it goes thus. When I say drum sitement, beat your stress, catch the vibe. 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 Lagos State Fire Rescue, beat your stress, catch the vibe. Thank you very much. So lastly, I would like to end with this. So we all know how Lagos is stressful. We know the stress we pass through, stress of meeting up some particular task, maybe at the office or something. So we'll just free our mind and just play it out, just vibe on it, just think about that thing that is giving you stress and just beat it out, just to forget about it. So can we go? 1, 2, 3, go. Just play anything. Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Olabanjo from Drum Sitement. Have a wonderful conference.
If you think what he did is easy, I will have to call you forward to come and do the same thing that he just did. It is not easy. That mastery is not easy. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, we want to invite a woman, a trailblazer in the State Fire and Rescue Service ecosystem, a woman who in the last 31 years has dedicated her life to ensuring that fire safety is not just what Lagosians read in books, but is a living reality for them. Ladies and gentlemen, she happens to be the first woman in Lagos State history to be the Controller General of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service. To take us on Governor Sanwo-Olu's 7-year scorecard, I present to you the Lagos State Controller General, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Mrs. Margaret Abimbola Adesheye.
Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu, ably represented by the Deputy Governor of the state, Dr. Obafemi Kadri Hamzat, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Lagos State, Right Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa, ably represented by the Chairman Committee of Special Duty and Intergovernmental Relations, Dr. Olawale Rauf Age Sulaiman. Mr. Governor, sir, permit me to stand on the already established protocols. It is with profound gratitude and humility that I stand before you today to present the journey of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service over the 7 years. This presentation is more than a report of activities. It is a transformation, resilience, innovation, and the unwavering commitment of a government determination to build a safer Lagos. Building a safer Lagos. 7 years ago, May 2019 to May 2026, this administration assumed office in May 2019. The Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service faced significant challenges, such as inadequate infrastructure, obsolete equipment, and, of course, limited operational capacity. Increase in emergency demand due to rapid urbanization. Our vision then was to build a safer Lagos. Our vision is to build a safer Lagos through a modern, efficient, and responsive fire and rescue service. The lesson that taught us is that it's very simple, but of course, ambitious. That is to say, transformation begins with vision, commitment, and consistency. Seven years at a glance. The agency attended to 10,931 emergencies. 1,715 lives were saved. In year 2019 to May 2026, the estimated property saved is 658.86 billion. The fire station is 25, while presently there are additional 4 at the stage of completion to make it 2019. From 2019 to May 2026, 685 firefighters recruited. The officers here that recited the national anthem were recruited November 2025. And right now, they are at training school. 105 were recruited. 150 were recruited. Fire apparatus procured. We have total number of 62 simultaneously in year 2022. Of course, some believe the firefighters only fight fire. We also prevent fire. Even the best fire fought is the one that is prevented. 38,576 facility inspection conducted and satisfied in Lagos. institutional transformation. The agency in 2019 was a department under the Ministry of Special Duty and Intergovernmental Relations. But right now, the agency has been upgraded to an agency. Not only that, the Fire Service Law of 2008 was reviewed and assented by the governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, in 2014 November. Also, establishment of fire marshal corps in our communities, commercial places, and residential environments. The purpose why this is being established is to ensure the fire prevention is closer to us. That is to say, the fire marshal corps will be able to attend to fire incidents at initial stage. The best fire fought is the one prevented. Institutional transformation. Strengthening institutional framework is another achievement of the agency. Of course, improve governance and accountability. That has been part of the achievement of the agency. Infrastructure development. In 2019, there were 14 fire stations. Of course, they were dilapidated. This administration renovated all these 14 fire stations simultaneously. Not only that, additional 11 fire stations were constructed to make it 25 fire stations right now. While another 4 are at the stage of completion. Also, the construction of ultra-modern workshops. Before this administration, if you see one of our vehicles at mechanic workshop in Ejigbo, you will see another one at another mechanic workshop in Alimosho, and people will start calling fire chief. I saw your vehicle at so place. But this administration has constructed ultra-modern workshop. Not only workshop, he also engaged 2 consultants that are in charge of this vehicle. At no point there is grounded vehicle at fire station. Construction of fuel dump. Before May 2019, we mobilized to fire station with drums. If you get to the headquarters, you will find a lot of drums with petrol and diesel. But this administration deemed fit to construct a fuel dump for the fire station. Since 2019 to date, there is no time we encounter crisis of fuel. industrial boreholes. In all our stations, what we have before now, some of our stations now, are domestic borehole. But this administration has started constructing commercial borehole, the one that befit the agency operational capability. Fleet modernization. Before May 2019, there were 33 fire vehicles. But then, only 7 were working. This administration maintained the existing vehicle and also procured 62 additional Browning in 2022, where we have 17 firefighting trucks, 22 water tankers, 1 area ladder, the one that can fight fire at 17-story building, 1 mobile maintenance vehicle, 5 rapid intervention van, and of course, 16 utility vehicles to mobilize our chemical and equipment. The lesson learned there is that modern equipment enhances operational efficiency, firefighter safety, and also service delivery. Human capital development. This administration, led by Dr. Aduragbemi Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, recruited 685 new firefighters. And of course, late last year, November last year, 150 were recruited. Some of them are here clapping for the governor of the state. Also, the agency, the officers, have started enjoying local and international training. Before this administration, there wasn't anything like that. After 6-month training, initial training, basic training, till 35 years in service, the officers, none of them enjoy such benefits we are enjoying now. On the welfare improvement, of course, the governor of the state ensure that proper care is taken when we talk about welfare improvement. On yearly basis, the firefighters were screened on medical screening. And if there is any reason to refer for further treatment, this administration has been taking care of that on yearly basis. Not only that, enjoyment of benefits. We started enjoying what we call shift allowance. Of course, we have this in our scheme of service, but we've not been enjoying it. 2 years ago, the governor of the state approved this for the firefighter. Hazard allowance was increased. Shift allowance was paid, and we have been enjoying it on yearly basis. Uniform allowance, all these allowances, now you make our money. Emergency response performance. 2019 May till 2026 May. The total call, the fire calls received and attended to are 10,981. The fire call is 9,359. The rescue operation, rescue from well, rescue from collapse of building, flooding, rescue from canal. This has been our core duty and responsibility. And we attended to 916 between May 2019 to May 2026. Salvage operation, when there is tanker falling, spillage of petrol and chemical, diesel across the state. This one are the one that has not resulted in fire outbreak. The firemen efforts to prevent secondary incident prevented 599 cases, which we call salvage operation. The life saved between 2019 May and May 2026, we have 1,715. The estimated value is 658.86 billion. Estimated property saved. The lesson we learned there is that rapid and coordinated response save lives, protect property, and strengthen public trust. In our fire prevention duty activities, we were able to prevent a lot of fire that could have resulted in fire outbreak. That is under fire prevention and public safety. While some of them they are complied with the recommendation to prevent fire occurrences, we're being satisfied with the fire safety certification. Of course, we engage on a lot of public enlightenment on radio, television, schools, etc., and that has helped us to prevent fire incidences in Lagos. Community engagement and enforcement of activity. These are taught us that prevention through education, enforcement, and collaboration is the most effective strategy to reducing fire incidents. Innovation and partnership. That's why we are here today. Lagos International Fire Safety Conference. We are here to rub minds together. We are here to learn. We are here to give out what we have, to have safer Lagos and safer Nigeria. International collaboration is part of the innovation and partnership. Public-private partnership. Of course, we have a lot of them here. We have community-donated fire station. We have community-donated vehicle to us in our course of partnership. Technology adoption. At Command and Control Center, which is also a sister agency under the same ministry. There is incident management system there right now. And of course, there are a lot of software that will be installed to ensure we have safer Lagos. Establishment of fire marshal. The work of fire marshal is to prevent fire. Prevention of fire and to fight fire at initial stage. The agency, we are going to train all the fire marshal that has registered. If you are interested, it's a voluntary organization. You can go there, you will see a barcode there, just snap and do your registration. We will get back to you. Professional stakeholder engagement will also be part of our innovation and partnership, the major achievement. Expanded statewide emergency coverage. Before 2019, there were 14 fire stations in 11 local governments. What happened to other local governments without fire station? Delay in response time. But now, I can tell you for fun that we have 25 fire stations in 18 local governments. And before the ending of this year, the remaining 2 local governments will have fire stations. Reduce response limitation. Modernize infrastructure. When you get to the headquarters fire service, you will see the edific building there. They are built for the fire officer at their administrative block. Also, across the state, all our fire stations, the one acquired before 2019, were renovated with the partner with Lagos State, LASIAMA, the Mass Infrastructure Management Agency. All this has improved our operational readiness and enhanced public confidence in us. Of course, there are challenges. There are 6 challenges. We have infrastructure, we have vehicle, of course, brand new one, we have equipment, the officers have been motivated. What else? We still have challenges. First call. When they call on fire service, by the time we get to the address, there won't be fire incidences. They will just waste the resources for nothing. First call. Only last year, we recorded 500 plus, just first call. You know what that meant to the resources available to us? How do we manage this? Public sensitization, which we have already started, through the Lagos State Emergency Management System. By the time the system is completed and those software were being incorporated, we'll be able to track down the callers. And of course, legal action will be taken against them. Rapid urbanization is beyond our control. But the Mr. Governor is here, ably represented by Deputy Governor. I know the support they give to the fire service, and I know they are working on that. Traffic congestion. Sometimes when we receive fire emergency call, my men, 2 good hours, a journey of 20 minutes, they will still be calling me, CG, we are seeing the traffic. We are in traffic. The road is congested. It's one of the challenges we are facing. And for the road user to give the right of way is something else. Before the end of this conference today, we are going to show you where the siren, we were blowing the siren. Yet both the vehicles and everybody, they ignore the siren. Fail to give the right of way. It's a great challenge to us. And I know with the new law of fire service 2024, there is going to be an improvement. Attack on firefighters. There are some areas, especially at Haja, each time we receive a call to those places, the heat lumps, we have to pay before we operate. You just have to put something down. But we've engaged the police. Each time we receive call to such prone area, we ensure that we will go along with policemen to ensure we do our own job there. Climate-related incident, flood. With the collaboration with the environment, Ministry of Environment, we have done a lot and we are going to do more. Restricted access to scene. There are some streets, when you get there, road barrier, they use it to prevent truck. But when we get there, we will not be able to go. We will now go and take another route that will take us longer than usual. It's one of the problems and challenges we are encountering. Increasing demand for emergency services due to urbanization is a challenge. On daily basis, average of 20-25 calls in a day, both first call and recall. Looking ahead, 2026 to 2030, we are planning to have additional fire stations in our LCDA. We want to engage the uses of smart fire equipment, marine fire response, drone technology, digital emergency system, fire academy, enhanced community safety program, and of course, artificial intelligence and predictive fire risk mapping. The future belongs to the organization that embrace technology, continuous learning, and innovation. Commendation and appreciation. Over 800 commendation and appreciation letters were received between May 2019 and May 2020. Some of them are being placed there to let you know that the resources given to us, we were utilizing it optimally. 7 years of transformation, we saved a lot of lives, protecting property, building a safer Lagos. And I want to tell you here that leadership is not measured by the position we hold, but by the life we save, the institution we strengthen, and the legacy we leave behind. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Can we please jam those hands? Can we please jam those hands? You know, there were many facts that were revealed out today. There were many facts that were revealed out during our presentation, but the one that struck me the most and hit me at my core was when she said 1,715 lives have been saved and rescued by the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service. A round of applause, a round of applause, a round of applause. To give a context to that, all of us in this hall, I'm not so sure we are up to 1,715. All the footballers right now, 26 of them, representing 48 teams, at the FIFA World Cup, they are 1,248. So 1,715 is a lot of numbers. And for this, we appreciate you and all your gallant officers. A round of applause for all the gallant officers once again. I remember an event that happened, I think, 26 years ago. I had just finished secondary school then. In one of these southwest states, that state when you get to interchange and you keep moving, the name of the state starts with an O. I won't go further than that. A young boy of about 5 was just moving around the compound and fell inside what you call the sockaway pit, to use that word. And immediately they called the fire and rescue team of that state. It took them a long time. But by the time they came, they did not have the relevant equipment to save the boy. They did not have the ladder nor the ropes. And by the time they were able to muster something, that boy, they could only recover the body of that boy. That event happened 26 years ago. I can never forget. And that is why when we are saying Lagos State government has bought this, has bought that, the real worth of that is in the lives that will be saved because of that. And those lives are the lives of your colleagues, your neighbors, your friends, the people that you see on the street. A round of applause for the Lagos State government. Ladies and gentlemen, we've gotten to the high point of today's event, when we get to listen to the #1 citizen of Lagos State, the 15th executive governor of our dear state, the progenitor of the team's agenda, and the very, very Mr. Celebo himself, Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu, who is represented today by the deputy governor, a giant among men, a man who has scored high in politics and governance, and whose distinction has been excellence in over 30 years of public service. Can we please put our hands together as he mounts this rostrum? Dr. Kadri Obafemi Amzat.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our firemen. Please sit down. Thank you very much. Well, I think the one thing that caught my eye was the firemen prayer. I'm sure nobody knows it here. I quickly crammed it. So may God answer those prayers. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very much. The Secretary to the State Government, Barrister Abimbola Saliuddin, thank you very much, ma, for your work. The Chairman, House Committee on Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Honorable Olawale Rahuf Agisulaiman, thank you very, very much. And his colleague, Honorable Larewaju Afini, who is the Chairman of Environmental Ministry of the House of Assembly, thank you very, very much. Lagos State the Lagos State Executive Council that are here, especially the Honorable Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Mr. Olugbenga Oyeride, chairmen and members of the statutory commissions that are here, body of permanent secretary in large numbers, but let me particularly recognize the permanent secretary of the Ministry of Special Duties, Mr. Sheson Tunde Ogundeko, MNI. So it seems we must put that MNI. Thank you very, very much. His Royal Majesty, the Oba of Lagos, Oba Rewan Aremo Akiolu, ably represented here by the White Cap Chiefs. Thank you very much. And of course, His Royal Majesty, the Adegoruwa of Igbogbo Kingdom, Oba Semiuddin Orimadegun Kasali Kabiyesi, thank you very, very much. Representative of the Controller General of the Federal Fire Service of Nigeria, Assistant Controller General Baro Alpha Sonkara. Where are you, sir? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. And the former Controller General of the Federal Fire Service of Nigeria, Dr. Ibrahim Liman. Thank you very much for coming. The heads of agencies and parastatals, and of course, Mama Fire herself,
Mrs. Margaret Abimbola Adesheye. Thank you very much. But like she said, though, the best fire fought is the one that didn't come up. So we thank you for the prevention of fire. And you mentioned a lot of challenges. We will talk about it and what we are doing about it to make sure that, but you know, this is Lagos. It's, we are very small in land, but we are a lot of people. So those challenges will be there, but we must fight it. We must continue to address them. So directors of fire and rescue services that are here, thank you very much for what you do. The chairman, chief executive of Sandeco Group, Mr. Vincent Effiong, and his wife, thank you very, very much. Stakeholders, friends, sponsors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, good afternoon. Well, this is the third one that we are doing. We've done the Fire International Fire Safety Conference 1, 2, 3. So this is the third one. So it gives me great pleasure to be here again for the third one. And to our returning friends who have been here many times, I welcome you back to a conversation that keeps growing in reach and in purpose. And to those of us who are joining for the first time, I welcome you to the city of Lagos, where we say this is Lagos. So thank you for coming. But very seriously, we must understand that the subject we are talking about is very serious, it's very important, and it talks to the safety of our people. Because so in joining us for the first time, we welcome you again, because we have learned sometimes the very hard way what is at stake when we do not listen to the firemen and to their instructions. So I extend a warm welcome to our distinguished local and international guests, our developmental partners, industry experts, and safety professionals, members of the diplomatic community, officers of Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services, colleagues from our other agencies, representatives of the private sector, and everyone that has made time to be here today. This year's theme, Preventing the Preventable, Strengthening fire safety in buildings and business ops, is one I want us to sit down with for a moment and truly examine. Fires are sometimes accidental, but a great many of the ones that make headlines are not. They are the result of a shortcut somewhere, a warning ignored, an inspection skipped, a system that was never put in place to begin with. Every life lost, every business destroyed, every home consumed by fire is a reminder that prevention has to come before response, not after it. Just like our fire mama just said, the best fire fought is the one that didn't actually happen. So Lagos, which is our home, we all know it's Africa's largest city and Nigeria's commercial capital, and that status carries a weight. As we develop, new estates are built, malls come up, high-rises toward factories, markets, warehouses, and business hubs are showing up across our state. Often, in some cases, faster than what the system meant to keep them safe can manage. So that growth is welcome. It's a proof that our city is working and people are coming, investing. But it also means that safety must keep pace with ambition and not trail behind it. So a safe city is not simply one with good roads, bridges, and modern building. A truly resilient city is one where people can live, work, invest, and trade with confidence, knowing that when something goes wrong, there are people and systems ready to answer the call. And as Mr. Adesheye said, our command and control center is well equipped. But tragically, if we receive 1,000 calls a day, 62% are actually just fake calls. Now, it is a crime in Lagos. Now, it's a crime. The House of Assembly applies the law. When you deliberately call emergency services and it is not true, we lose resources, we lose manpower, and we also then go to where emergencies happen, so we can lose lives. So our citizens must know that this is serious. So this is why fire safety sits at the very center of our vision for a greater Lagos. And it has never been something we left to chance. Nothing we have achieved in this space has happened by accident. It is the product of a deliberate planning, sustained investment, and discipline to follow through. Since this administration came in, we have added 11 new fire stations, just like our Mrs. Adeshe has said, including one delivered in partnership with the private sector, bringing the total across the state to 29, with stations at Yaba and Ikotun at various stages of completion, while the one at Oworo Nshoki is completed and ready to be handed over to the people for use. Like she has also said, we have commissioned 62 new fire vehicles, trucks, all together, and rebuilt service headquarters at Alausa into a facility built for coordination, not for show. Just last November, we recruited 150 additional firefighters, and I made to understand that you've gone through your academic training, so you are ready. Well, God be with you. But our prayer is that you won't work too much, so that there will be no fire. So your job will be to prevent those fires. Okay? Well done, well done. Please sit down, please sit down, please sit down. So like they said, we have an upgraded fire academy where we train fire people to actually deal with prevention. So they will come to factories, they will come to your office. Please don't see them as a nuisance. It is important. Prevention, they say, is better than cure. And for fire, it is better to prevent. We know that, but when it happens, we are ready. Like they just answered, they are ready. They've gone through the training. If it happens, we will fight it. But it is always better to make sure that we don't do this. So we've strengthened this institution that first started in Lagos in 1972. So alongside the fire and rescue services, the Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations coordinates our wider emergency architecture. The Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, the Safety Commission, and the Command and Control Center, among others, so that when an emergency happens, our agency moves as one team, not several disconnected teams. Numbers can feel cold when spoken from a podium, but behind every one of them is a family that slept soundly in a home that did not burn down. Last year alone, our emergency responders saved an estimated 118 billion naira in properties and rescued over 1,900 lives. In a single week, this past June, our teams handled 18 separate emergencies across the state without recording any fatality. That is what coordinated governance looks like, and I'm proud of the men and women who make it possible. But none of this removes the responsibility to stop fire before they even start, which is why we would like to speak about the Fire Marshal program that we launched early this year. It rests on a simple conviction: fire safety cannot begin only when firefighters arrive at the scene. It has to begin in our homes, our schools, our markets, our offices, our worship centers, and of course our factory. By training fire marshals in these places and linking them to our toll-free emergency lines, we are building a network of ordinary Lagosians who can spot risk early, educate their neighbors, coordinate evacuations, and act before professional responders arrive. This is why we always say, Igbega Ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó, Àjùmọ̀ṣe, which means all of us must come together to fight this menace. So, government cannot do it alone, and I will not pretend otherwise. This year, we tightened enforcement of fire safety certification and stepped up inspections across our industrial and commercial hubs. And I think we've seen the figures, because a certificate on the wall means nothing if the equipment behind this does not work. So their job is to make sure that even though you have the firefighting equipment there, it actually works, and that people know how to use it. So when they come to your company or to your shop, don't see them as a nuisance. They are there to prevent fire and that can lead to loss of life. So every property developer must build according to codes. Every business owner must invest in fire safety equipment and embark on adequate assessment, not papers filed away and forgotten. Every facility manager must treat inspection as routine, not as a reaction to last incident. Every household needs to know the basics, because safety that lives life in one government office actually protects none. Let me be direct about this. Fire safety is not a cost to be managed down. It is an investment to protect life, safeguard businesses, preserve jobs, and keep investors' confidence in our state. A single major fire can erase years of investment, disrupt supply chain, displace family, and send ripples through our wider economy. Preventing that loss is as much an economic necessity as it is a moral obligation. This is what makes today's conference very, very important. It brings policymakers, emergency responders, researchers, engineers, architects, insurers, facility management, developers, and private sector leading experts into one room to compare notes, borrow what works elsewhere, and turn to good ideas that we can then standardize so we can actually embrace what works for our people. I'm encouraged by how much technology is reshaping this field, from smart detection systems and digital monitoring to predictive analytics and better communication between responders. I'm aware that our command and control center has all these analytics in place. But like we said, it is only useful when people listen and people don't call emergency response just for fun. Lagos intends to keep embracing these tools because a smarter city is indeed a safe one. I will also ask that we do not lose sight of education in these 2 days of discussion. A culture of preventing begins with awareness among school children, market traders, artisans, transport operators, business owners, and residents alike. An informed public remains our first and cheapest line of defense. Over these coming days, our expectation is very simple, that this conversation produce practical ideas, genuine partnerships, and workable solutions that carry fire prevention and emergency response in Lagos and beyond forward. I want to specially recognize the leadership of the Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service under Controller General Adeshoye Margaret Abimbola. Thank you very much for your passion and for always coming forward to request. She's not shy to ask for anything for you people. So she's doing a wonderful job. So well done. And of course, I must thank the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Gbenga, Mr. Sheson Ogundeko, MNI, for the job well done. Thank you very much. And of course, the Honorary Commissioner for Special District, Mr. Gbenga Oyerinde. Thank you. But like they say, the reward for good work is more work. So we keep asking you to do more to make sure that our city is safe. So we thank you for the steady hand over our emergency architecture. I also commend our partners and every stakeholder who has worked to make this conference a reality. Your labor does not always make the news, but it is worthy of every recognition that we can give. Fire safety, as we know, is everyone's responsibility. Government will keep investing in people, the equipment and the system that this demands. But lasting progress also depends on all of us as residents, as business owners, as professional bodies, to make sure that we play our part fully and honestly. Preventing the preventable is possible. It is always possible when we choose discipline over shortcuts and prevention over regrets. With that, it is my honor and privilege to formally declare the Lagos International Fire Safety Conference 3.0 open. I wish all of us a very rich celebration and a truly successful conference. Thank you. God bless Lagos State. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very, very much.
Shall we please stand to give the governor a rising ovation? Let's put those hands, let's jam those hands together. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Mr. Governor, sir, we just crave your indulgence to take pictures with us before you go. Just wanted to be in the pictures, so just take the vote of thanks now. On this note, I would like to invite the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Mr. Sheson Tunde Ogundeko, to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Governor, and now ably represented by our own Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat, the Speaker, ably represented by Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Oba, ably represented by Honorable Dr. Olawale Age Sulaiman, the SSG, Barrister Bimbola Saliu Udein, the members of the State Executive Council, especially through the Honorable Commissioner, Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, our royal fathers here present, I want to say good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. But of course, there is a misnomer, which is normal with us in fire service, which is that we do not say good afternoon, we say good morning. So good morning to the fire officers. Thank you very much. As we draw the curtain on the opening ceremony of this International Fire Safety Conference, I consider it a great honor and privilege to give this vote of thanks on behalf of the Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations. First and foremost, I would like to express our very profound greetings and gratitude to Mr. Governor, ably represented, for always treating us in accordance with our name. Our name is Ministry of Special Duty. We are indeed very special, and we thank you so much for treating us, in a very special way all the time. It is not by coincidence that this ministry is Christian Ministry of Special Duty. And we have enjoyed so much from this government. And we thank the Almighty God for making it possible for us to have Mr. Governor here today, ably represented. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time from your very known busy schedule. Very known busy schedule. I think I need to emphasize that. And for staying here with us to grace this occasion and delivering this, your keynote address, which has really inspired us. Your address, I must say, sir, have truly set the tone for a robust deliberation for the next 2 days. Let me remind everyone that we are going to be here throughout today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. And from what our chairman, House Committee, said earlier, we are going to give you the communique, sir, so that you can help us, turn it into a good legislations for the good people of Lagos State. I also would like to thank the Chairman House Committee and members of the Lagos State House of Assembly here present for giving us this opportunity to listen to your very, very important message. We cannot take your support for granted, sir, because your support through the budget every year has always energized us to perform excellently. Thank you so much, sir. I'd like to thank the ESCO members here, the body of PAMSEC, our royal fathers, DG, GM, and directors here present. We are incredibly grateful to all our sponsors, delegates, speakers, panel of discussants, participants, and everyone for your enthusiastic participation. Last but not the least, let me say a big thank you to our sponsor, the Captain of Industry, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, and all the officials that worked diligently day and night to put this conference together. Thank you all once again, and I wish you a safe journey back to your different destinations. Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir.
Let's jam those hands. Let's jam those hands. One of the most experienced permanent secretary in the Lagos State Civil Service, Mr. Sheson Tunde Ogundeko, MNI. Without further ado, we want to take group photographs right now, and we'll be using this stage. Paparazzis, we are using this stage, right? And of course, we first take the governor, the honorable, the SSG, the first row, and after we move like that, we take the second row with the governor, the commissioner, the SSG, the PS. So paparazzis, you can come here now. Please, you can give us light music in the background. Can somebody help me to take this thing off this stage? Body of palm sex can please come forward. Permanent Secretary, District 3. Health District 3.
Akishiku.
Mrs. Ademi Shola, Permanent Secretary, Central.
Kábíyèsí orí ogbó.
Citizen Mediation Bureau. Engineer Olasubomi Shoshone, Permanent Secretary, Civic Engagement. Mr. Kasali Adeniro, Permanent Secretary. Ministry of Tertiary Education.
I
think I can see Mrs. Olukare, Engineer Olukare there too. Permanent Secretary, Office of Works. You are recognized. Thank you for coming. I can see the Commissioner for Basic Education too. Commissioner, you are recognized.
Doctor, incoming. Hey, oh, dere la mire. Oh, dere la mire. Eleda wa. Kojo wa okweregede kawa ma sise.
Ladies and gentlemen, very soon we'll be eating our lunch, but before that, we invite the Queen of Germany for our presentation. The lunch is coming. This is the official time for you to start salivating. If you salivate right now, you will not be arrested, nor condemned for salivating. But before we do that, I would like to invite the Queen of Germany. They told me that she has come from very far to give us this presentation. Queen of Germany, where are you, please? Our dear permanent secretary is taking a picture with the host permanent secretary. Thank you for all you do for Lagos State government. We appreciate and celebrate you. Queen of Germany, please. I request your presence for you to deliver your performance. Queen of Germany. Queen of Germany. Queen of Germany.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. I'm sorry for the delay in the technicalities. I came all the way from Germany on invitation from my very good friend, Mr. Femi. And I hope that I can get a little bit of silence so that we can round up the show and then everybody can have the long-awaited lunch. Originally, I'm from Cameroon. But I love the Nigerian culture. And I hope that you're going to enjoy the show. I'm going to perform one song, Kilimanjaro. And we've been seated the whole day. And normally, naturally, as an artist, it is my duty to bring light to the hall. I hope you understand what I mean. So are we ready? No. I cannot fly 6,000 kilometers over water for this. If you don't answer, nobody will eat now. All of us will stay here. Are you sure? Are you ready? Okay. If you feel like dancing, you can stand on your feet and let's shake a little bit. We've been sitting for so long. Yeah? Okay. DJ, hit me.
1, 2, go! Kilimanjaro, na the way I go spend all low. And forever race, where I go come and spin all low. Go, go, yo say, oh. Go, go, yo say, oh.
Alemonami, Manolo Pilare, tell you say my sherry, say Manolo Mualare, ah my baby, my time my Pilare, c'est à toi mon ennemi, je reste mon co, je suis là. Come on, Haibo, yes sir, come on. Give it up for him, please.
You better sing along and stop crying. 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 You better sing along and stop crying again. But we are not to help you again. You know, say my mama want me again. I be decided I'm not going to buy again. I know the
everybody try, get up to your feet.
Come on,
stand up if the music moves you.
Go, go, yo say, oh. Go, go, yo say, oh.
Danny, bring it down. What's wrong with the wind? Now I'm back to the game.
Never thought the sunshine would come with the rain. Tell me how could I feel on the same? Nobody when me could take the flame. Come on, so I came up with a brand new dance. I'm from Cameroon, but I'ma take the chance. The queen of Amanda, me say that's the I was so low, magic up wine. Me and Danny spend the money.
Oh, you're not allowed to dance in uniform. Okay, you can just stand up. Okay.
Again, back way I do not to help you again. You know, say my mama want me again. I be decided I don't go meet by again. I know the egg my job, the way I go spend low. Now forever is where I go come and scream low. Go, go.
furnace of fire. C'est ma mission sur terre. Abi Baba Godi baby oh ouais. À mes ennemis, vous ne pourrez pas me nuire. Je meurs pour les démunis. Abi Baba Godi baby oh. Abi Baba Godi baby oh ouais. Abi Baba Godi baby oh ouais. Abi Baba Godi baby oh ouais. Abi Baba Godi baby oh. Put your hands up for my dancers, sky. Here we go. 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 Woo! Come on. Come on. Honey girl. Honey girl. Honey girl. Come on. Woo! Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Dan Premier on the beat. Dan Premier on the beat. Woo! It's the queen. It's the queen. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Well, I think
the Queen of Germany. A round of applause for her. Everything does not have to be so serious, you know. Even though fire matters is as serious as a heart attack, yet once in a while we have to unwind, relax, and just enjoy the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, when she was dancing, there were some of our because that were dancing with her. They didn't know I was writing their names. If you dance with the Queen of Germany and you want me to remove your name from my list, 10,000 naira. So by the time I collect 10,000 naira in about 30 places, that should be a lot of money. But that's on the lighter note. We have to unwind. You know, I saw something while I was trying to find out about random facts about fire. And this thing really jolted me. We discovered that when there is fire situation, the heart of an average firefighter, the heart rate can spike to over 170 beats per minute during a fire call. And they often carry up to 75 pounds. So that is why dancing once in a while is good for our health. Aliwaku. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just give you a few fun facts about fire, and after then, we invite the jollof rice presentation. So I like to learn from everything that happens around me. And I learned that the first fire brigade, the first organized municipal type fire department, was established in ancient Rome around 6 AD by Emperor Augustus, known as the Vigiles. The watchmen, that's the name in English, but Vigiles in Latin. They acted as both firefighters and a night police force. But it was not until the Great Fire of London, the catastrophic 1666 fire, which destroyed much of London, that a turning point for firefighting started. It led to the creation of the first private fire insurance companies, which would often only put out fires for buildings that display their company's specific trademark. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always good for us to know where we're coming from so that we will know where we are going. And don't forget, as I said earlier, that the average heart rate of an average firefighter spikes to 170 during an emergency call. So that means that firefighters are supposed to be checking their BP every month because they work in a very stressful situation. Without further ado, without wasting time, I would like to invite Madam Nofisat for our jollof rice presentation. Please, people are so hungry. Don't whine them. If you are coming here and you are calling your jollof rice, your presentation jollof rice, they must see that jollof rice. Okay? She is right here. And I can't see any jollof rice. Maybe the jollof rice is inside the laptop. Okay, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. The Governor of Lagos, ably represented by the Deputy Governor that had left, the Royal Fathers here present. I would like to stand on existing protocol. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nafisat Adeniro. I'm sure when they said I was coming to do jollof rice presentation, everybody was wondering what I have to show. Oh, your mouth was already well trained. Okay, I can assure you that I would not disappoint you at the end of this presentation. Okay, so looking at the theme for this conference, it is preventing the preventable. Yes, and I want to use this approach to make it very pictorial for people and so to relate to fire in a way, in one easy way. And I know jollof rice is our common food that a lot of us can relate to. So the topic for this presentation is understanding the components of fire and its method of extinguishing it using the pot of jollof rice illustration. We know that fire, the tetrahedron of fire, that fire will not happen except four things are present. Oxygen, heat, fuel, and the chemical reaction that would put those three components together before you can have fire. And so in my illustration that you can see, there is oxygen, which is, you know, Yoruba will say, arometa kon dobenu. Toto shebi owe. The arometa that I'm talking about here is not, it's a three-legged stone. One is oxygen. Another one is heat. And another one is fuel. And we know that when we put the pot of jollof rice on those three-legged stones, it's going to balance. So fire will balance in the presence of three components. That's fuel, oxygen, and heat. If we do not want fire, then we must make sure that these three things, arometa, they are not close. You decentralize them. Make sure that they are not together. And the pot on top, which is the pot of jollof rice, is the fire. It will sustain it. It will sit well. Once you have these three people coming together, it will sustain fire. And that is the illustration. And then, for us not to have fire, you see, oxygen is there. The first stone, like I introduced to you, is the oxygen, which is very essential for combustion and is readily available in the air, 21%. And then, the heat, it could come from any source. It could even be a spark. It could be candle, anything that has a flash point to a point that it can give, that it can ignite is heat. And then the last one, which is what? Fuel. Fuel is anything that can burn. So once you have this, in the presence of a chemical reaction, it will result into fire. The pot itself represents fire. That's the pot of jollof rice. And it can only stand because the three stones, which is oxygen, heat, and fuel, support it. As long as these three elements remain present together, through a chemical reaction, fire will continue to burn. And so, for us to have at the back of our mind, in order to prevent fire, we must make sure that these three stones, the arometa, they don't come together. So look at it now. And for us to be able to extinguish fire, we have to remove one of the aromatas. And so, if you have your three-legged stones with your pot of jollof rice on it, when you take out one pot, it becomes one leg up, two, the fire is destabilized. And then if you now have another element removed, the pot until you totally remove fire, you eliminate fire. And so that is it. The first one, you remove it, the fire is gradually going down and the pot is turning down, and until the fire is destabilized, the pot of jollof rice would now collapse because there's nothing supporting it. And if you want to extinguish fire, you must understand the classes of fire that we have. We know the class A, which are the common things like paper, cloth. Class B, flammable liquids like gasoline. Class C, Class D, Class E, and Class F. When Fela sang a song, you know, if you do not know what is burning and you use a wrong reagent to put out fire, you can be endangering your life. When Fela sang that song, water, you know, get the enemy. Now lie. Electricity. Now it be water enemy, I tell you. Have you ever seen somebody that responded to electrical fire using water? What do you think will happen? Thank you. So, for you to know the right reagent to use to extinguish the fire, you must know what is burning. If you have a pot of oil on fire and it catches fire, maybe when you're frying your plantain, and you pour water, what's going to happen? You're going to put yourself in danger. So, understanding what is burning will tell you what you should use or what method you should use to extinguish. I have a small calculation that will make us also remember, that we can easily relate with. The three methods of extinguishing fire, the number one I talked about here is the smothering method, which is fuel plus heat minus what? Minus oxygen. That happens when you're frying your plantain and then it caught fire and you're using another lid to cover it. What are you trying to do? You're trying to minus oxygen. Can I have that formula? Next. You're going up. You go back. Go further. Next. Okay, that's it. Elimination of oxygen, the smothering method, is fuel plus heat minus O2, minus oxygen. So when you eliminate oxygen, definitely we've said that those three components have to be present for fire to be sustained. So when you remove the O2, which is oxygen, you would have the fire, go down gradually. The removal of O2, they are best for class B, Then the agent, a blanket, you just use a blanket, a lid to cover. What you are trying to do is to remove oxygen. The second method is elimination of fuel. When we are hungry, we say, I'm starving. So the food of fire is fuel. Even if there's an electrical spark that results into fire, it will not be escalated if there is nothing to burn around it. And that's why housekeeping is very key whenever we're talking about fire. So even if fire should happen accidentally, maybe due to surge, it can be sustained if you have a good housekeeping. And one of those things that can quickly spread fire is cobwebs. If you have very thick cobwebs and there is fire, and usually, we have our electrical wires around, it will spread it as fast as possible. So housekeeping in terms of reducing the fuel, combustible materials that can burn, is one of the ways by which we can prevent fire. And that's why they say your cooking gas should be where? Your cylinder should be where? Outside, because you're trying to reduce combustible materials. If by chance you have fire from your cooking gas and the cylinder is nowhere close, you are safe to an extent. All you need to do is just to turn off the supply and then the fire will go down. And that is why it is very essential to understand this arometer that should never be together. And the last one is the elimination of heat. The heat, how do you remove heat? Most times is to reduce temperature. And we could use water. If a child is running temperature, what do? We sponge the child and the temperature will go down. And that's why we can remove oxygen. The agent they usually use for removing heat is water. And that is to lower the temperature below the flash point of the fuel. Where that's the combustible material. And so those are the three arometer, the solid stones that supports fire, that the pot of jollof rice, which is the fire, and I've shown you, I've demonstrated to you how we can prevent it. Thank you so much.
That's a pot of jollof rice. The jollof rice is audio. It's virtual. Thank you so much for your presentation about how to prevent fire incidents. Ladies and gentlemen, are you hungry? Please be honest. If you're hungry like me, raise up your hand. There are a lot of people here that are okay, so don't worry, we just continue like that then. Should we continue like that? Okay. So what we want to do is that I want to give people like 5 to 8 minute break to come in. In the course of that time, we just have a musical interlude. And after then we are coasting headlong. The governor has declared this event open. We just have 5 to 8 minutes of music interlude for us to sort out 1 or 2 things. If you want to ease yourself, and after then we start we are going to get the first paper of the day. Engineer Jumade is already in the building. Engineer Jumade Adejola. Ladies and gentlemen, on this note, please enjoy the band for the next 5 to 8 minutes. Thank you. And sort out yourself if you are hungry, please. Sort out yourself. I won't say more than that. Mr. Latif, Mr. Tokumbo. Wow. I want to ask, if I don't want to fight fire, I just want to sing in the band and play in the band, am I allowed to apply for just to be in the band and enjoy the music? I have to fight fire. What if fighting fire is not my calling? It is playing music for people that will fight fire. That is my calling. I have to what? Expert consultant. He is also the managing director of Surveillance Fire Limited, a leading fire protection. Can we have one out, please? A leading fire protection and security systems engineering company in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, the juggernaut that is going to be he has over 2 decades and experience in the field. Ladies and gentlemen, our speaker, Engineer Jumade Adejola, is a member of the Institution of Fire Engineers, IFE UK. He is a member of the Institution of Fire Engineers in the UK and a prestigious global professional body for safety experts. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the singular honor to invite for this workshop Engineer Jumade Adejola. A round of applause for our good engineer. Please If you are sitting at the back, it's not good. Governors don't sit at the back. Senators don't sit at the back. Please move forward. And as you are moving forward, everything about you is also moving forward. Please, let's occupy the front seat so that we can commence in earnest and the all does not look too scanty for the camera. Sir, you look like Engineer Jumade. You have the floor, sir.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here today at this very wonderful conference. I want to, first of all, salute our governor who has done so well in fire engineering, most especially in the fire protection and prevention. He has seriously done so well in keeping the fire service. I love the firemen because they are combatants. And when you see them, they are very, very gallant. So I want us to put our hands together for these wonderful people. When I see them working, I always recognize the fact that they are putting their life at risk for us to be safe. And that is why I so much cherish them. But notwithstanding, this morning, this afternoon, I have the singular honor to talk on the fire suppression systems, the emerging technologies and best practices for effective fire suppression in buildings. I was given, I don't know whether it's 45 minutes or 1 hour, 30 minutes. Where's the presentation? It's not showing here. "45 minutes, Mars, okay. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, professional colleagues, I have my professional colleagues here, and I recognize them. Then professional colleagues, safety professionals, the fellow engineers, esteemed delegates, and our dear visitors of 3.0 Lagos International Fire Safety Conference. Good afternoon, everybody. It is both a profound privilege and a serious responsibility to stand before you today. We gather here not merely as practitioners of fire protection, but as custodians of human safety and architects of urban resilience. You see, every time you see the architect, when they begin to draw, line of any building, either low-rise or high-rise, tower, a corporate data center, or a sprawling manufacturing facilities, they create a space where human lives will unfold, where people will gather and work or live, where economic value will be generated and where critical infrastructure will reside. Our job, our calling, is to weave in an invisible, absolute shield around those spaces. As Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Soil and Fire Limited, my journey has been defined by a singular, unyielding conviction: compliance with fire codes. It's not our destination. It is simply our point of departure. Why we are talking like this is because any fire design that you are doing in a building is not because you just want to design. No. There is a reason why the code is there and why you must follow the code. For decades, the global fire protection community has turned to the National Fire Protection Association for the gold standard of safety. For them to come up with this and say that every life must be saved, they have put together a lot of effort to put this code together. So these standards are built on lessons bought with tears, loss, and rigorous scientific inquiry. But as structures, we protect, evolve at a breakneck pace. Our application of this standard must evolve as well. Let me give you an example of what happened. Lagos State Fire Service, the way they take their profession is very, very professional. I could remember while people are sleeping, they are there fighting fires. The designers or the consultant give these people a lot of work to do. There's a way we can reduce their work by increasing our protection systems and our standards to be followed. If you follow standard, you will reduce a lot of work for these people. I remember when you get to United Kingdom today, majorly, all these firefighting and all these things are based on training. Every 1 minute, 2 minutes, when a fire incident, they are there. And that's what Lagos State has done by establishing different fire services. And as a result of that, we are now more safer in Lagos State. I was talking to a colleague now. I said, when you look at what happened last year and this year, you find that the space of fire has reduced drastically. If you have the record, because we follow the record, we follow the way it is done. I've had opportunities to talk on fire incidents, on radio, on TV, everywhere. But I discovered that the more they invited me last year, they've not been inviting me more, they're inviting me this year. Because it is when there's fire incident, they call me. They say, come and tell us what has happened. But I discovered that even this year, I have space to rest. It's only 1 or 2 times I've gone to Arise and we have discussed about. Even the last time I went, it's not because of fire incident. It was because of what we went to do in the UK. They said, come and tell us. So what I'm saying is that we give kudos to the fire service and what they have done. Since last year's conference to this time, things have changed. And I believe that as we continue this year too, it will reduce drastically. And with our working government, and they are supporting them, we will win the battle. Today we find ourselves at a critical crossroad. The material protection. A lot of things are